Yep, it's showtime, all right. The Oscars are this weekend. A portion of this Touhyville Show this morning brought to us by our friends over at Jasper County REMC, powering up Touhyville each and every morning right here on the Q in 98 Gold. Visit jasperremc.com. Click on Connect to find out about Connect Internet, powered up by Jasper County REMC. Also want to mention the Connection Center in DeMont. Coming up next weekend is their spring dinner show, March 18th, followed by their daddy-daughter dance on April 14th, spring craft fair April 22nd, and then you've got the first responders dinner on April 24th that the spring dinner show pays for. So make your plans to get out there. Visit DeMontConnection.com and be sure to like the Connection Center on Facebook. All right. Steve and Chrissy with you here. Hi, how you doing? Thanks for spending your morning with us. We appreciate it. Lots of fun stuff going on this morning. And, when we get through our March tournament, we should do a poll question asking folks, do they want us to leave the video on? Do they want us to turn it off and come back during the news and such?
Yeah.
It's just silence there. So I don't know what to do with folks. And we talk about it every time we do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what we probably should just do is just turn it on. And then it's just there whenever people, just like the radio show.
Yeah.
You want to go to it, go to it. When you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
And just leave it on the whole show. We should just do
Yeah.
that already. I keep talking about doing it, and I don't do it. So anyway, none of that is why you called. So yesterday, I said to you something about my dad's name was Richard.
Right.
And you
yes,
said,
this threw me.
No, it's Rick.
Yeah. I said it's Rick. I happen to know your dad's name is Rick.
Okay. Well, his given name is Richard.
Oh.
And
right.
you are the only person that I've ever spoken to on Earth that I've spoken to other people on other planets, but on Earth.
Okay. All right.
That was confused by the idea that Rick would be short for Richard.
Yeah, I've never heard that before.
How? How have you never heard that
I
before?
always thought Richard went into,
Dick.
for sure. Yeah.
And there are some people that shorten Richard to Dick. I don't
Yeah.
understand it, but some people do it.
Yeah. That's I thought that was the it's like Margaret is Peg.
Yeah.
I don't get that one either, or John is Jack. Also
Right.
don't get that one.
No, that one I don't get at all. the John is Jack thing I don't get at all.
Yeah.
Because it's the same amount of letters. So,
Yes.
It's but I heard somebody say one time that he didn't understand that Mike was short for Michael. And I'm like, huh? And I thought that was a big pile of dumb.
Yeah, that one seems pretty. I've never heard Rick for Richard. Like Rich. Okay, Rich for Richard. I see that.
I don't know how you don't. Everyone that I've ever run into in my life who's Rick is Richard.
When does an H turn to a K?
When you shorten it. It's Rick.
I just didn't think Rick had a fancy name, I guess.
Do you know any other Ricks?
Yes, I do.
Ask them if Rick is their given name. I'm positive it's short for Richard.
Really?
I'm positive.
The other one I know I think is just Rick.
Which may be.
Yeah.
Maybe. Jason says every time y'all do a break and leave it on. Not sure if it's just me, but after a few minutes, it goes to an old live show.
Oh, okay.
So if it goes to an old live show, then that means we stopped it. That's what happens.
Yeah.
So you'd rather that we leave it on, and you could just leave it. So thank you for your vote, Jason. We appreciate it. So I think we should, not to reiterate myself, but I think we should just leave it on the whole show. It just makes sense. Because the reason that we didn't before was because it wasn't set up to where we could not have the music be on. Now with the new software, we can have the music on.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Yeah. The Oscars are this weekend. I'm excited about that. And Goldie Hawn thinks the Oscars have lost their elegance.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that.
Sure. Yeah, it's like Fight Club now. So they have to talk about it because it's in front of all those people.
Now here's the thing. I know that the Oscars don't have this sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I think if they had gotten Michael Buffer to open the Oscars with "Let's Get Ready to Rumble," That would have been the funniest joke in the history of the Oscars.
Yeah, that would have been
if they
stuff.
opened it with "Let's get ready to rumble," and then Jimmy Kimmel comes out,
Yeah.
the place would fall out.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Rodney says, watching this while being deployed. Rodney, where are you being deployed? Are you in the armed forces? Let us know. So Goldie Hawn, maybe that is why she thinks the Oscars have lost their elegance. In an interview with Variety, she said, "I'm not old-fashioned, but sometimes jokes are off-color, and I'm missing reference. Oh, and I'm missing reverence. Things have become politicized. I want to see people in awe. I want to see people believing again." Okay, I think you are being delusional, because the Oscars used to be political. I mean,
Yeah.
didn't what's his name? Marlon Brando have a Native American accept the award in his behalf?
Yes.
Hollywood people have always thought that their politics meant more than ours do.
Yeah.
It's what they do. So
Yeah.
I don't think that's new. No.
Mhm.
And the off-color jokes, I think that's just life, just happening. I think
Yeah.
that's just, I think, what you might consider an off-color joke, I might consider to be the funniest joke ever.
Right.
So,
It's just perspective.
yeah.
Right.
So I think that's what it is. Rodney says, "I never catch you guys live." Now I don't know if he means on the Facebook and YouTube, probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rodney says, "I'm overseas in the desert."
Oh my
Holy
gosh.
cow.
Wow.
Rodney, are you in the armed forces? I mean, thank you for your service. If you are, if you're just over there in the desert just for fun, then enjoy.
Well,
So-
he's being deployed. He would have to be, right?
I don't know. And I'm not being a smart aleck. Can you be deployed for work, or is it just
I don't
for the armed
think
forces?
so. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Okay.
that is your job if you've joined, right? Like that's
Yes,
your yeah.
I mean, like if your work was sending you to I don't know, England, are you being deployed like for work?
I don't think
You know,
so.
no.
No.
Well, thank you, Rodney. And Jason says, Rodney said I wouldn't be here for fun. Sorry. Well, Rodney, thank you for your service. We appreciate it,
Yes.
and we appreciate that you're listening.
And I'm wearing camouflage today.
So look at that. I
Look.
couldn't even see you. So,
Just a floating head.
Yeah, yes. So thank you, Rodney. Jason says, "Happy Friday, Stephen Chrissy. Happy Friday to you as well. Thank you for hanging out." I think the Oscars still have luster. I'm gonna watch. I'm looking forward to
Are
watching.
you going to watch? Really?
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Oh,
I
I
watch.
did not watch them last year. There was nothing I even knew that was what's even being I don't even know what's being nominated. Do
Right?
you?
But if I wasn't watching, I wouldn't have seen the slap.
Well, I didn't
Ooh,
see it. I heard about it, and then I went and sought it out.
Gotcha. Rodney says, "I work for Public Services out of DeMott and in the reserves." So, well, thank you, Rodney.
Oh,
We
wow.
appreciate it for the Republic Services and the reserves. So,
Mhm.
So I'm looking forward to watching. I don't know half of the things that are nominated.
Yeah, I don't know any of. I feel like
I don't
I
know
feel
a
like
lot of
Goldie
them.
Hawn, like out of the loop. Like I don't know any of this stuff.
Yes, I feel out of the loop
Yeah.
because they don't nominate movies that people watch anymore. That's why I'm so glad, even though I don't like Tom Cruise, I'm so glad that Maverick was
Yeah.
nominated.
Yeah,
Because it is a movie that people actually went and saw.
yeah. Do you
It's
think
not
that,
just Hollywood movies.
Yeah, I think the Oscars got too stuffy for themselves. Even I wonder.
I think all the award shows did.
Yeah.
When I see television,
Uh-huh.
the Emmys, and there's no network shows
Yeah,
nominated, I say, okay, we've gone too far the other way.
yeah.
Because,
Bring the pendulum back a little. that's
right,
all.
you can't tell me that there's no network
Yeah.
shows that are good enough to be nominated.
Mhm, yeah.
I don't believe
Right.
that. They do good shows too.
Mm-hmm.
And I can show you because lots of people watch them.
Yeah.
And we all have all the options now. We
All
have
the
all
options.
the streaming things. We have all the channels. We have all the things.
Tired
you
just
know.
thinking about it.
Yeah. Unless you have Dish and you can't sign into anything because they were hacked by the Russians
Oh,
or somebody. I don't know.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Stupid Dish. Get your stuff together, Dish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Jimmy Kimmel will whoop anyone who tries to slap him at the Oscars, by the way. He says, if somebody comes up on stage and slaps me, well, I'll size them up. And if I'm bigger than they are, I'll beat them up on television. I'm paraphrasing.
All right.
He says, and if it's The Rock, I'm going to run. So just the fact that Jimmy Kimmel's making jokes about it off the Oscars,
Yeah.
I'm guessing he makes jokes about it. I hope they let him.
He's gonna have to, right? I mean, if
I
you
hope
don't,
they let him.
it'd be. I would tune in. Maybe I will tune in just for that. And if
Yeah.
he doesn't, then I'm gonna be like, this is dumb.
Yeah. No, I thought about the idea of you and I getting on here live
Ooh, we
and doing our own
should.
commentary during the Oscars.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
It would be. The
How long
problem
are
is
the
it's like
Oscars?
3
Yeah,
hours.
they're like long.
That's the problem with it. But one
Yeah.
of these days, I've said for 2 years now,
Uh-huh.
I want to do a Touhyville After Hours.
Oh, yeah.
I want
you
us to
have.
hop on once in a while at night
Mhm.
and do a thing where we're having cocktails and we're chit-chatting and
Sure.
all just lets loose. You guys think Chrissy's filter is broken on the air. Imagine her with a sip or two. You know, I mean, it's, shoom, it all just goes.
Oh,
So,
no.
yeah, so I think that could be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Bud says, good morning, Stephen Chrissy. Good morning, Bud. Thanks for hanging out with us there at All American Rental, I think it is.
American Rental. Yeah.
American Rental
Yeah.
in Rensselaer. And Chris saying good morning to Chris as well. Thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. All right. So I wanted to take a second. And so I have always, with Touhyville, talked about that we are all residents of Touhyville. So Touhyville, in my brain, doesn't mean in everybody else. In my brain, Touhyville is a my own made up community, or our own made up community of all the different places. So you're listening in DeMott, you're in our Touhyville. You're listening in Remington, you're in Touhyville. You're with Rodney, you're listening in the desert, you're in Touhyville.
Desert.
You're all residents of Touhyville. We're all living here together.
Yeah.
You know.
Are there cactuses there?
So in Touhyville, sure, yes.
In the
Just
desert.
don't sit on one. You know.
Oh, yeah, don't sit on the cactus. Sorry.
Are there cacti?
Cactus, cacti. You're right.
Is it
Yeah, it's
cacti?
cacti. Sorry. Yeah. So we're all residents. I undid your momentum. I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
That's what I'm
you're
here for. I'm here to stop the
Very
momentum.
nice. Very nice. By the way, Jason says after our show sounds like a great idea. Thank you. And Bud says very good. Okay. So the whole idea is that I love all the residents of Touhyville. Chrissy and I get up every morning and do this because we want people to giggle and laugh on their way to work, hang out with us, and be a part of this, be a part of Touhyville, all encompassing. And the idea is, as Mike, who I'm going to mention here in a second, brought up this morning, he called in to say that when he's having a bad day at work, when he's on his way to work and he's stressed out or things are going on in his life, he really likes listening to us chit chat, and it makes his day. And that makes our day to hear that.
Yes.
I mean, that's totally stinking cool. Like we love that. So that said, I had to bring these in here. I have 2 Batman mugs that are literally exactly alike, that were both brought to me this week by 2 different guys named Mike. I mean, that is, and can you see them on the camera? Okay, yeah, I didn't have the camera in front of me.
They're twins. They're not
twins.
sisters. They're twins.
They are twins. And I hate to say this, but it is factual. I also have the same mug at home.
You do.
Because I'm a Batman nerd.
Oh my goodness. That's so funny.
These 2, I think, are going to bookend my shelf in my office. So then I'll have Batmans on each side.
Very nice.
So that was really, really super, super nice.
Yes.
Of them to do that. Like, I was blown away by it. And Chrissy, in her infinite love, was like, I didn't get anything.
Got nothing.
She was like the little sister. She was like the little sister who on the boy's birthday was like, well, why didn't I get stuff? Like, what?
I was born too.
But why didn't why don't I get the stuff? I want the stuff. And so so Mike made sure to call in and say, well, if Chrissy tells us little things that she likes, then I'll make sure to get them for her.
Yes, that's so sweet.
Yes.
Aww.
So, and as Chrissy pointed out, we don't really know what she likes. It's not as easy as me with Batman. Okay.
Oh, I guess so.
Chrissy just likes things. Like you could drop off your empty coffee containers and she'd be thrilled.
Oh, you want me to recycle them for you? Yes, I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, and she would turn it into something.
Oh yeah,
you know?
I would.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So anyway, I want you to know though that I really appreciate it.
Yes, that is so nice.
And then, and I don't mean to make this all about, look at how cool we are, but
Mm-hmm.
and I'm only doing this just because of how it makes me and Chrissy feel that we're doing this. Because sometimes
Yes.
we're sitting in a room in a basement and we're like, is this working? Like, is this thing on? Like,
Yeah.
are we doing this? And then every so often we have these days where, like, a guy sent in that the Mike Tyson thing made him laugh this morning. And that's all we can do. When I did stand-up, that's the one thing that I miss from stand-up is saying something and hearing the laugh.
Yeah, the
like,
feedback.
Hearing it immediately, finding out that joke worked. That joke didn't.
Yes.
Oh, look, I changed the word in that joke and now it worked. Working on a joke and crafting it till it became like a thing. Like, like we watched the Chris Rock special.
Yes.
He's been working on that material for a year all over the country. Working it out, trying it out. Try this, work that, see if that works before it goes on camera.
Yeah.
Chrissy and I don't know what's going to come out of our mouths for 3 hours.
That is true.
So all that said, I also wanted to mention a really cool email that we got yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
So our friend Diana over at Cakes and Cups in Wheatfield sent us an email. And because also, for those that don't know, I think most of you that listen to the show know, the company is now owned by Touhyville Media, which is my company. And so it was always my dream to do this. And by this, I mean work with small town businesses and make the radio station work and the small town businesses work. And I've done this all over the place. One of my favorites is when I worked in Ottawa, there was a small pizza place that started advertising with me. It was a husband and wife owned it. And by the time I left, they had 2 other locations.
Oh,
and that was like really cool.
Yeah.
Like, and they knew. They're like, people came in and said they heard about it.
Aww.
I love that. I love when all of this works.
Yes.
And, and it's all, again, residents of Touhyville. It's all a community that we're doing this whole thing. I love it. It's why I do it. It makes my day. So that said, when I get an email like this from Diana at Cakes and Cups, she sent it over to the radio station, and Cheryl shared it with all the rest of us. She said, I wanted to share with you guys the amazing experience I had at the bakery today. 3 women and a teenage boy came in today, all new customers, to check you out, meaning check out Cakes and Cups.
Yeah.
They said they live in Monon and love WLQI. They've been hearing the commercial for Cakes and Cups on the radio and drove out to get some goodies. They said, we are actually going on a WLQI tour today. Now, when I saw that, I thought, oh, I'm home with a sick puppy. They're coming into the station today. I should go back.
Oh, no. Yeah.
So then I continued on. They were doing a tour of the businesses that advertise on WLQI.
Yeah, that's so fun.
They said, we're actually on a WLQI tour today to visit some small businesses that are being advertised. You guys, Cakes and Cups, yesteryear's meat market, and another season. What a really, really cool thing to do.
Yes.
So I don't know the names of this, the 3 women and the teenage boy.
Yeah.
But please reach out to us if you hear this, if you listen, if you know them, so that we can get you guys some WLQI shirts or Touhyville shirts or something for you guys, because that was way stinking cool and totally made our days that what we're doing is doing stuff. Like it's this, it's all working. It's all coming together. So that's very cool.
Yeah. I'll just have to hand you the T-shirt because Steve said I can't shoot him out of a cannon. So, but I will hand you some T-shirts.
There's a part of me that wants to put the camera on my phone and show people what you've done in your office. Chrissy has the T-shirts rolled up. Okay, I have to take a break. I'm gonna come back with one of the T-shirts. This would coming out of a T-shirt gun would hurt somebody.
Oh.
You're gonna hurt someone with this.
You're not fun at all.
I am fun, but I also don't want people hurt.
Oh.
Brian says good morning from Brian with Dayton Freight. Good morning, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
And Scott says you guys are great. Love listening to you at work. the Eric's Painting Crew. So thank you guys so very much for that. That totally makes our day. So thank you so much for that. All right, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna leave the video on as Jason asked, and you just won't be able to see us because we do weird dances when we're off the air. We can't have you guys see that. But we'll be back with more fun.
Stop.
told that I could listen to the radio at a reasonable volume.
With Steve, Touhy.
You're disgusting, but I love you.
My disgustingness is my best feature.
Silence, you mental midget.
And Chrissy Martin.
Super genius.
Silence, you ninny.
The amusement park for your mind.
As empty experiences go, it's one of the best.
We have only to remove those who oppose us.
Welcome to Touhyville. Thanks for spending your morning with us here on the Q and 98 Gold, portions of which are brought to us by Fozzie Caleb Appliances in DeMott and Rensselaer. Head over to either location. They've got some great deals right now on dishwashers. Make your plans to head over there and check them out this weekend. Of course, they're there for all your appliance needs, whether it be dishwashers, refrigerators, stoves, water filters, all kinds of cool stuff. They've got you all covered there at Fozzie Caleb Appliances in DeMott and Rensselaer. Also want to mention our friends over at Vierk's Fine Jewelry in Lafayette. Vierk's, you know, jewelry, coins, bullion, both for the collector and the investor. From experts to beginners, you can experience the difference buying and selling and trading at Vierk's at the corner of 18th and Main in Lafayette. Visit Vierks.com. Okay. So lots of fun stuff going on here on a Friday morning. Thank you for spending it with Chrissy and I. We appreciate you being a part of the program and hanging out with us. We got to wish a happy birthday to Merle Paskey. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
All right.
Happy birthday from your grandson and the rest of your family. Happy 84th birthday to Merle Paskey, celebrating his
happy
84th birthday today. Yeah, that's super awesome. All right. Came across this on a little-known website called Reddit.
Sure.
Not a lot of people know about it. It's new. It's on the underground. But when you're home with a sick dog and you I have time, you end up going to 943,609 different websites just to find fun stuff for us to talk about. And I do have a counter on my laptop.
You'd have to, right?
Yeah. That's how I know. That's how I know. So this is questions people rarely answer honestly.
Okay.
I want to bring this up because Chrissy's filter is broken. Some people have a filter between thoughts and mouth.
Okay.
You don't. I don't know if you lost it at birth.
Who knows where thoughts come from? Sometimes they just appear.
No. All of us have the thoughts.
Oh, okay.
We all have the thoughts.
Uh-huh.
We don't all let it come out of our mouth hole.
Stop it.
Yes. We stop it at some point.
Okay,
Yes.
Gotcha. All right.
So, but Chrissy just, just... And very honest. I mean, you're like a kid sometimes like that. Like you will just you will say things to me, and I'm like, should I be offended? No, she's right. It just hurts a little. Okay,
Aww.
It's just
it's all out of love. I mean, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
No, I know you don't.
I
know you don't. But sometimes the honesty is one of my favorite lines from Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Honesty or the truth shall set you free.
Okay.
But first, it's going to piss you off.
Oh, yeah.
So
right.
yeah, and I hear sometimes the things that you say to your husband, and I'm just like,
oh.
Or things that you say on the radio about your husband, and I go,
ooh. Shoot.
But I don't make the face where you can see it. That's where you and I differ.
Okay.
I will say things. And we're not always on video, and I'll look up, and Chrissy's face is like, Oh, I don't know if he should be saying that. But, he just played that thing with the, yeah. So, so anyway, speaking of your husband, Chris says, "What's up, you two?"
Are you sure that's him? Yeah, no, it is. Okay. Just making sure I was zooming in.
Did you think it was a different Chris Martin?
I don't know. It's a pretty common name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not.
I suppose, yeah. Usually the Chris Martin that dives into our Facebook
Live.
Yeah,
it's usually
your husband.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, some questions that people rarely answer honestly. So how are you? Most people don't actually answer that honestly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you?
Sometimes it depends.
Yeah.
Depends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Grocery store cashier. How are you? And you're having a bad day.
Oh, I would maybe tell them. Sometimes I tell them too many things. It's like word vomit. It just falls out.
That's That's how Cheryl is
Yeah.
too. Chris says it's been an amazing 23 years.
Aw.
Yeah, I'm not
Me
sure what
too,
that
honey.
I'm
I
not
don't
sure what
know.
that emoji is.
I think
is
it's
it eye roll. Yeah,
eye roll.
Yeah. So just so you're aware, my answer, and the answer should always be
Yeah.
fine.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes. How are
Yeah.
you? Fine. How are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Always.
Well, sometimes if I've had a struggle in the store or something, then I might let them know, I mean,
don't.
Don't let them know.
They don't want to know
They
your
don't
whole
wanna
deal.
know the whole
What if you're having a
thing.
bad day at work?
Well,
Like,
then
do
I
you
wouldn't
share
say that. No.
Bad day at home?
No.
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 Okay. Cheryl says I always answer honestly. If they want the real answer, as if they want the real answer to how are you today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheryl doesn't just share the real answer.
Yeah.
How are you? Good. Last week we went on vacation and we did this thing and
Oh, it's a whole.
when we started dating,
Yeah.
I would walk into the grocery store where we would get photos developed.
Uh-huh.
Yes, photos used to be developed and they would
Oh,
go.
yeah. And it was a surprise.
You print it off and you would get them
Yeah.
and things. And yes. So we would walk in
Uh-huh.
and she would have gone over with the photo booth person all the stuff we did on vacation. I would go. Now, this is a big grocery store.
Here
This
we
isn't
are
your
at
corner
the-
grocery
yeah.
store. This isn't like yesteryears where you're going to a little butcher.
Yeah.
This is a big-time grocery store, okay?
Okay.
Jewel, okay? It's a big grocery
Sure,
chain.
yeah.
I'd go to get burgers back at the meat department. Hey, how was your guys' trip to Wisconsin Dells? Ooh, went me?
Oh,
How and
yeah.
why do you know
She
that?
had a
That-
slideshow up at the
Yes,
photo
how,
booth.
why do people know all these things?
Oh.
The answer is always fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
How are things? Fine.
Fine. Yeah.
The only time I've ever brought anything up was when I could not find shake and bake.
Oh.
I'm like, I have to be honest. I looked through the whole store.
It's shake and bake, and I helped. Stopped listening after shake and bake.
We all saw your eyes roll. We all saw it.
Sorry, you couldn't find the shake and bake, huh?
We all saw your eyes roll at me. So am I being judged for buying my shake and bake?
Oh no.
Oh, okay. 'cause
I just
that's what the eye
couldn't.
roll
I
was.
couldn't think about the little girl that said nice shake and bake, and I helped. That's all.
So I hadn't had shake and bake in forever.
Yeah.
But I was not going to try and make fried chicken myself at home. So I just wanted to try shake and bake on chicken.
Yeah.
So, and it turns out, even the cashier said, it's kind of in a weird place.
Oh.
It's over by like the peanut butter and jelly.
It is.
And I'm like,
yeah.
huh.
Uh-huh.
She's like, I don't know if that makes sense or not. I go, well,
Right after the bread.
right, you've
in
got
between-
breadcrumbs and stuff like that. So
Yes,
I said,
kind of makes sense.
I get it, you know.
Mhm.
So Cheryl says, do you know what the acronym is for fine? Messed up, but with an F, you know.
Oh.
Yeah. Insecure, neurotic, and evasive. No,
Oh.
no, that's not what I mean when I say fine. When I say fine, I mean I'm not going to lay all my issues on you. I've got lots of them. They're all in here.
Yeah.
All of the issues, they sit
Yeah.
right here.
They-
And,
yeah.
And I'm not going to give them to you because
Yeah, not the cashier. No,
it
not
was
usually.
it was just a salutation.
Yeah. Wait, do I know them? If I know them, I might tell them a little bit more. But like, I don't know. No. Probably not.
How are you
Yeah.
has become a salutation.
Oh, okay.
It's become a hi.
Yes. Okay.
Hi,
yes. Yeah.
comma,
yeah.
how are you?
Yes.
They don't really care.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yes. Yeah.
So anyway, these are 10 questions that people rarely answer honestly.
Okay.
Did someone pass gas? That's yeah. No, not a lot of people are just gonna go. Sure, yeah.
That
no
person
problem.
did it. If they
Yeah,
ask,
yeah,
they're the ones that did it.
Yeah, I mean it's just I mean
Whoever's
listen,
asking is the one that did it, so they don't look guilty.
really is that the rule?
Yes, of course.
Okay. All right. Then I'm going to start doing that here in the studio because
Yeah.
I've said that our relationship should be at that point by now where I should just be able to lift a leg and
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I mean it's but when I do that, I'm not going to say anything. I'm
Sure.
just going to wait till it wafts over to you, and then you ask, and I'll go, well, if you asked, you're the one that did it.
Oh, then you're the one that did it.
haha.
I don't do that sort of thing. So,
oh, right. Like, no females do.
Nope.
Yeah. Cheryl says, I ask people how they are so I can pray for them if they need. And you do that. Yes, I know.
Oh,
you
that's
know?
sweet.
And
Yeah.
I just pray for everybody in a sweeping.
Yeah.
Then everybody's covered. You know.
Everybody.
I pray for everybody.
Can you-
Everybody's covered. Yep.
Can you, the population in
Yep.
general, just
Yep.
everybody, all of them.
Cheryl says the world needs more caring. Listen, okay, time out. I care. I
Yeah.
just don't want to hear about it.
Yes.
So yes. Let's see. How much alcohol do you drink each week? I'll answer that. I mean, unless you're
Yeah.
overdoing it. Yeah. I mean, it's 5 to 7 beers.
0.
So yeah. Not 0. I've
No.
seen you drink, Chrissy
Oh,
Martin.
yes.
You
yes.
you lay it
I'm
all
a
out there.
fish. I drink so much. No.
No, that wasn't weed. That was just you
Oh,
drinking
having
a
a
little
sip.
cup, a little cup.
Tiny, the world's tiniest scoop. I'll have a thimble.
Chrissy, you know that's a shot glass. No, I'm just
No,
taking
just
sips.
a little
Just
sip.
taking sips. So, there was something Hannah was trying to get you to drink at the last trivia. There was something you guys were going to get hammered with, and I forgot what it was.
She said she likes bourbon, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it feels so like John Wayne-ish. Like I feel like John Wayne drinks bourbon.
Well, he probably did when he was alive. He probably does less since the death.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah.
I don't know. It just feels very like I'm gonna settle up here, little lady, and
Sure.
have some bourbon.
Sure, I gotcha. Yeah. What are your fantasies?
Who am I talking to?
Like the love time. Yes. Who
am I talking to?
The cashier still.
know.
Sometimes they ask that, So
Yeah.
it's,
If I'm having a conversation with my significant other, they're saying I wouldn't say honestly, or
I think they're just saying in normal conversations, if people brought that up, you're saying that's too personal for the cashier, that's it.
I think so. Yeah.
Guess sometimes I take it a little too far. I'm like, sir, do you need help with your thing? No, but I was wondering, what are all your fantasies? Like sexually.
I see you're buying a feather duster. What's that for?
Chris says Chrissy has 2 drinks and
Yeah.
Well, not always, but
That's
sometimes
true.
it's dance time.
I learned a fun lesson.
Yes, yeah. Jason says it depends on what day of the week it is, depending on what I drink. So yeah, but if someone says how much you drink in a week,
All right.
when someone says how much do you weigh or how old are you, that doesn't bother me.
No.
I mean, I think that's more of a female thing. I know you said you don't care.
I don't care.
But that's because your filter's broken. So
you want to know how much I weigh? That's
yeah,
on you,
it's-
not
yes,
me.
it's- I don't
Now
care.
you know.
Yeah. Jason says it depends on what day of the week it is. Monday through Thursday is beer. Friday through Sunday is tequila. Will you knock yourself out?
I thought it was like
Literally.
Malt Mondays, Tequila Tuesdays,
Pretty much for me, every day of the week is beer. A
Wacky
beer.
Wednesday.
Yeah. What's Rocky Wednesday? Is that where
I
you
said
put ice in it?
Wacky. I said
Oh,
wacky.
Wacky
I didn't
Wednesday.
have. I ran out of big
Oh.
drinks. I know.
All right. How many people have you slept with?
Yeah,
Again,
okay.
that's usually,
Who am I talking to?
the cashier again. It's always the cashier. It's usually my,
I would probably be honest about that. Why? I mean, I
Yeah.
guess I don't know. I don't understand why you would.
So listen, if you're going to ask me if I want to donate to your charity, I'm going to ask you these questions. Okay, when I'm at the cashier, would you like to round up for the kids? I don't know. How many people have you slept with?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if we're both going to share, you put me on the spot, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yes.
How about that?
Oh, all right.
How was school? Yeah, kids never want to answer
Oh,
that. Yeah,
they don't. I always ask, but they don't tell me.
They always, you know what my kids did? They listened to me. You know what they always said? Fine.
Fine.
Yeah. So I used to change it up. I used to say, "How was school?" They'd go, "Fine." I go, "Anything wacky happen?"
Yeah.
See if that shakes it up.
Yeah, I do say, did anything interesting happen? Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes
It never does, but
no.
no.
Every once in a while they'll
Sometimes.
throw one in. You know. So are you mad at me? Yeah. People don't usually answer that honestly the first time. The first time you ask. And then when you Oklahoma, then you're okay. You know, that's a Ted Lasso thing.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
yeah.
Do I?
No,
I'm very.
not on the first time.
I'm bad at hiding my emotions, though.
Yes, but you still won't do it on the first time. Because you don't have the poker face, and I can tell something's wrong. And I'll say, "Is everything okay?" And you'll go, "Yeah, why?" And then I'll go.
But sometimes it really just is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes I have that face that if I'm not smiling, people think I'm upset, but I'm really not. I'm just.
Yep.
Sometimes the face muscles need to relax.
Right. That's yes. A lot of standard interview questions people don't tell the truth on. Tell us about the time you had a conflict in a workplace. People won't answer that honestly.
Oh, I always do.
Yeah? Yeah. Like on an interview?
Yes.
Yeah. I had a guy one time, he went off. He was just like, "Oh, I will tell you about this time that my boss pissed me off." And I went, "Ooh,
But I think they are looking for like how you're going to handle more situations. So you should be gingerly, but like tell them, yeah.
Well, you can tell them.
You
and
need
then
to spin it, yeah.
You can explain to them how you handled it.
Yeah.
But maybe not, going nuts. And another one that people don't answer honestly, did you get my message?
Oh,
Like,
why wouldn't? Oh,
Because people don't want to admit that they ignored your message.
Oh,
So they're like, "No, I didn't get that.
why are we ignoring messages?
Oh, I didn't get your text. Oh, I didn't.
Well, I feel
did
very
you leave
bad
me a
when I don't see
message?
somebody's thing.
So now I know you saw it and you're just lying.
No, I didn't.
No. What did I just say?
If
What did
I don't
say?
respond, it's because I didn't see it.
Yeah, no. I
Yeah.
know. Yeah. No, and it was weird because for a little while there, you and I and our phone company was having an issue where none of our texts were going through.
Oh yeah.
And that was really annoying because I was like, "Hey, did you get this?" Or maybe you didn't. My landlord, I text him every time I pay the rent, and he always says thank you.
Yeah.
And like for 3 months he didn't.
Yeah.
And I finally talked to him on the phone. I go, "Hey, are you getting my text?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "No."
Oh.
And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm like,
yeah.
I just thought you were, had an issue with me or
He's
something.
ghosting me.
Yeah.
My landlord's
yeah.
ghosting me.
Yeah, I wasn't that worried about it. He's my landlord. We don't really chat about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It was just a simple, I just wanted him to know that he got the rent. I figured he'd see it when he saw it in his bank account. Like he'd figure it out, But yeah, for a little while there, a lot of our texts weren't going through.
Yeah.
Because of our stupid company.
Yeah.
Stupid. I'm not gonna say what it is in case they want to advertise some more. But yeah, just to fix our. Maybe that's why they stopped advertising because none of the phone calls and texts were working. Yeah.
Oh, and it seems working okay now, though.
They are now.
Yeah.
Yes. So now you guys can start advertising again. We would like that. We appreciate that.
Yes, please.
Yes. And also while we're talking about big companies, if Dish could fix their stuff, that'd be cool. So I could watch HBO Max and coming soon to have to watch West Wing. I'm gonna have to watch it soon.
Oh my gosh. No, you're grounded.
You're grounded.
No more.
See, too much truth. I can't handle your truth.